Hello, hello, and welcome to...
Hello.
Both teams seem to be here, and
Yep, they've been a lot more impressive this comp queue. And yeah, DPS, I think we had to fight till the second or last day to get in the top 12, so they really earned their spot here.
So Clan Crossfire has banned Canyon Network. Canyon's been getting banned a lot today. I know we banned it, and I think Wild Ones did as well.
Yeah, I think during our queue, Mining Collective was probably the most played map for our games.
DPS banning Polar. And the drops will be round 1 Mining Collective, round 2 Tourmaline, round 3 HPG Manifold.
This looks pretty familiar, huh?
This is the most played of the day so far. This is definitely what GNX had in their match against Alright, and let's see. Clan Crossfire is going to be team... Let's see.
Team 2. Yeah, it really has been. And I think it's one of the more technical maps, too. Can't remember. Did they play in HBG today? Any of the matches? I think that's the first time I've seen that one.
Yes, Clan Crossfire will be team 2, so you were correct on. as we scroll back in. So let's see. What the current prediction is. I know public opinion has been falling towards Clan Crossfire a lot. A lot of people think they're going to win. However, I don't ever count DPS out. I think they can always pull the most wild win out of anything.
Yeah, I agree. As we saw earlier, you can't count any team out at any given time.
Yeah.
Got to be ready for everything, and it all comes down to intel and execution. And at this level, mistakes will be punished for sure. So any thoughts on the map strat, where these guys get their tonnage and chassis correct?
Let me pull that up as well. Sorry, just getting all of my various windows open. The stats page for the scoreboard. And now, alrighty, we want mining. Alrighty, so Tech, I believe you've studied this map a lot more than I have, but which side would you say is more beneficial here? It seemed to be a bit of a hot topic on which side is more covetable, team 1 or team 2 on Mining Collective.
Oof, I actually think it's fairly even, and it depends on what kind of deck you're bringing. If you're wanting to brawl, I feel Team 2 has some advantages there. But, I mean, the map is basically split in half. Either play east-west control. A lot of players will play, up here in cakes. Some other folks will, take the high ground. We call this flats, but... it's basically, there's going to be two directions. You're either going to go north-south and play up here and down here and trade and really try to either maintain a 3-point control, or you're going to get super aggro on theta. So again, it's kind of split, like I said, north-south or east-west. And we'll see where they set up. I mean, there's some popular areas up top for traders. And also Citadel control is key in this map if you're trying to lock down Theta Point and two other ones. So do you feel that DPS is more of a momentum team then, if they get the upper hand here?
Absolutely. I think of the teams that aren't as truly well established, and that's not any diss on DPS. It's just more of the time you've been around. I think the teams that aren't as fully established struggle a bit more on trying to stay even-footed and making sure that they're always putting their best forward.
Yep, sure thing. They got a Hunchback, Commando, Night Gear, Vigo 1, Firestarter, Death Strike, Black Lantern, and Executioner. Looks like they got some PPC traders and mainly Laser Vomit as well.
So I'm going to go ahead and disable that now, and then we can get back on that later.
Yeah, it looks like the cap points are in favor of Clan Crossfire right now. Looks like he is. He's going to keep slivering it. Flea's coming up just to take a poke. Yeah, it looks like DPS has chosen to kind of give up Citadel control as well. And now that CXF has data control, they're kind of backed off and controlling the edges of it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, it's definitely possible. A lot of trades going off, and Knives in the Commando is capping Gamma right now. Yeah, the Citadel control is becoming quite evident, trading 2v1 on Juice down low. But now they're starting to get traded back with help all the way across on Cakes. Yep, the Death Strike's open CT is just a matter of time. And he's not long for this world. That'll do it. 8-2 in favor of Clan Crossfire.
While we load back in, I'm going to prep our scoreboard here.
Yeah, sure thing. The mid part of that game just went down really quickly. So
Alrighty, so let's check. The next map is going to be Tourmaline with the team swapped. And if we look at the scoreboard here, Tech, if you want to check out my stream, we can see top damage on the DPS side go.
Juice. Yeah, he was down there on Flash trading with the Citadel against the Executioner and the Hunchback most of the game. Oof, yeah, that's rough. Yeah, we I didn't catch how he went down, but it went down pretty early and pretty quickly. So I'm not sure if it was a rare CT or something.
Uh-oh. There we go. There, yeah.
So I think they're asking about positioning in for Charlie. Roger. Okay. You want to do a quick review on mining while we wait for them to get sorted?
Yes. And if you can give me one moment, Push to Talk seems to be giving me a bit of issues on stream. Alrighty, so now that voice activation has been set up, let me get the map strat up and rolling here. And we are going to round 2 Tourmaline Desert. Now, I am very sorry about the overlay. Alright. And now we're on Tourmaline. Tekken, if you could take that over for me, please, and just outline the teams and some of the more POIs that a lot of teams will try to fight for. I know.
Sure,
yeah.
You want to go over mining or switch to Tourmaline?
We're going to go to Tourmaline here about how we think this is going to go down. I know mining can be a bit of a more even map. However, I do believe Tourmaline is. I really do believe Team 1 has the stronger side here.
Oh, I absolutely agree. You have to find creative ways to be successful on Team 2 side, whether that's with like a push brawl, taking positions in the Delta line, Echo line, or even trying to take, the peak in Gulf 5. Some common places to play, right, are the CSJ Hill. You can play high or low over here. You can have someone play the pillar up on Delta 4. And there's going to be some sort of aggression early, I would imagine, from both teams here on Theta, either 2 or 3 mechs, and we'll see who comes out on top there. Team 1 definitely has the advantage to deny any Theta access early, and then they've just basically got to decide whether they want to take Sigma as their third cap or if they're going to make a Gamma play. And then Team 2, like you said, is definitely the harder side, in my opinion, on this map. And, we'll have probably a trader here in Gulf 6. If not 1 or 2, and other than that, you got to get creative with either Pop-Tarts and Fox 5 or find someplace over here to start trading with the guys on CSJ Hill. But that's kind of how I see this going. These guys spreading out. I'd be surprised to see a push from both these teams. But hey, I would love to see a brawl if we get one.
I truly think DPS would be more inclined to brawl than Clan Crossfire. Crossfire has been a very by the books team, and DPS has always been the more out of pocket trying new strats. But both teams are locked, so we are ready to get going.
All right, let's go. Good. Yeah, I think we played CXF during Comp Q, and they were fairly strong on this map, taking really good trading positions.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Let's see. Alrighty, so once the dropships spawn in, we can view these teams. One thing I do dislike about the spec is, it does take that slight second of dead air for the game to start, but who cares, because we are here and we are in the match. Not the gamepad, I don't want the keypad controls, I want the team display. Alright. Team 1, Clan Crossfire, is bringing the Phoenix Hawk 7S, a very new pick that is incredibly strong now. The Madcap Mark II-1, we have the Firestarter, a Commando, a Nightjeer, a Black Lantern, a Direwolf, and a Veagle. So it seems that Clan Crossfire is going for the 4-man wolf pack here.
Yeah, and we got something similar going on DPS side. We got the Firestarter, Viper, Black Lantern, a Battlemaster, which I haven't seen in comp play in a little bit, a Commando 3A, Executioner, Phoenix Hawk 7S, which we know is one of your new favorites, Tios, and then the Direwolf. And it looks like they have a large wolf pack with the Executioner supporting, and they're heading down south towards Sigma right now. So
Clan Crossfire is not even stopping to get the cap, though. They are running the Commando straight out of there. However, it seems now they are going back to Theta.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing that team one side real aggressively around Theta and around the Stargate. So
yep, yeah, so the Battlemaster is a strange pick now because the Stalker has been buffed a lot recently. So typically, Battlemaster is seen as a more obsolete pick now. But it is still a very strong pick with that 6 ER large that can be high mounted. But let's see if it's enough to challenge the Direwolf here on CSJ Hill. But it seems there's a big fight gearing up around Sigma with both teams' wolf packs seeming to want to fight there.
Yeah, it looks like DPS has the numbers advantage right now, and we'll see how deep CXF goes. I mean, it's a 6v4 right now if they commit to that.
Yes, it will be a interesting turnabout, but it seems that our bloodlust will have to wait just a little bit as both teams want to take a side of Spire and they don't want to commit to fighting just yet.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sigma is getting capped by knives, where they just kind of take this control, and DPS is kind of stuck behind the G5 mountain right now. So, and it looks like they're making a move now to go contest that Sigma cap. So Gamma is still open.
Yes. Yeah. But once again, it's going to the 3 cap for Clan Crossfire, which is not what you want to see. This match may end in a quick 2-0 in Clan Crossfire's victory. However, DPS still has the cap lead, so if they can get Sigma here, then it will allow them to at least have a cap tie. DPS going hard in the paint here. All 8 mechs are solidified around the southern front of the map, but Clan Crossfire just doesn't care about Gamma.
No, they don't. They've got the cap lead right now, and they've got map control, cutting it off, owning 3 cap points, even though Gamma isn't capped. they know DPS is stuck down in the south there. So.
Yep. Saibot is down to 56% in the not in the Direwolf, in the Battlemaster in orange. He's gonna have to keep his head down if he wants to stay alive.
And he's been trading 2v1, so
yep.
he's taking a little bit extra damage from the Death Strike and the Direwolf.
Yep. Juice, running the 8 ER large Direwolf, has solid DPS, but just the amount of exposing that is required to make that build work, he's just going to be taking damage from everybody on the map.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like DPS is starting to make their move on Theta here. Looks like they're kind of just drawing DPS into their trade line.
Yep, it's going to be a brawl for Theta here. However, Clan Crossfire did send knives back. Oh, and that's the first going down. Good Pants in the Black Lantern. DPS is starting to lose that. However, Rathnor, the Firestarter, is running for his life, as Kyle seems to have blood in his eyes, but he is lagged now, so his Phoenix Hawk is not long. He's dropped. Let's see how the pilots are doing.
Here comes the counter push from CXF.
Yep. LOL BBQ, though, is taking a lot of damage. It's just utter chaos in here, though. A lot of mechs are just struggling to keep eyes on who's who.
It's like Crossfire still has the numbers and health advantage right now. So DPS getting pushed off Theta. Yep, there goes Silas.
Yep, it is now a 3-0. And you have the Executioner Natred trying to take Theta, or at least using the point for cover, but he is open CT, so... Oh, and he goes down due to the Commando. I believe this match is gearing up to swing in favor of Clan Crossfire, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, it'd be a hard grind back for DPS right now, 8v4, so I think we're going to be looking at a 2-0 here. Turn 1.
Let's see, it's now the final cleanup as they are running the mechs down. Juice goes down, self-destruction in the Direwolf. Saibot is trying to do his best to stay alive, but he goes down. It is now down to the Viper, the Executioner went down. The MWO overlay is giving me some very strange info here that I know to be false. Seeing as the game is telling me the Executioner is still alive. Meanwhile, I'm looking at his dead body.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit off. The only thing left for DPS right now is Direwolf in the Commando. He's over at Gamma.
Let's see. The caps feel close enough that there's still an effort to be made and there's still a fight to have.
Yeah, but it looks like Clan Crossfire knows where he is and they're trying to bracket him in right now.
Yeah. Is he going to run to Theta and get it over with? Or is he going to go to Epsi and see if he can hedge his bets on the caps?
No, he just snuck underneath the Commando. I don't think Knives saw him, but he's going to go take Gamma Point anyway. Looks like he's going up on stage, and he'll be heading to Theta.
I think that'll seal the defeat for DPS then, which means that Clan Crossfire will advance to face off Loot. But let's see if Direwolf can get the final kill here before time runs out. Ooh. John takes off the arm in a single shot, but it's a Commando, so hitting it again is never assured.
Right. He's going Hero Commando against the cat.
Oh, he's legged! And that's the end of it then. Wow. DPS gets 2-0'd by Clan Crossfire. Not what I expected. Let's Let's get these stats rolling. And let's prepare for the next team, which is loot. Alrighty, so now then, let's get this new map band ready to go, as now we are moving on to round 2, which will be Here for the Loot, which is a formerly EMP team, or a lot of players who were on EMP, and then a few players who were affiliated. However, as EMP has formally withdrawn, the ones that remain still playing are known as Here for the Loot. So let's get them in here, let's get them on the map band, and we can move on to round 2 of this double event.
Yep, super excited for this next one.
So let's get this new map band up.
Any predictions on what maps we played this time around?
I really hope it's not the same set, though.
I'm going to predict mining,
Alright.
canyon, and Tourmaline. Yep.
Okay. Alright. Well, actually, while we're waiting, we can view the scoreboard of the last game, as I gotta get that inputted anyways. Oh
Do it.
no, I did something very foolish, if you were willing to give me a moment. I forgot to copy it, so let me wait for the stream to catch up. And we are now waiting for loot to get brought in. But while we are waiting, let's go over a bit of history of Here for the Loot. So, as I said, even though it's technically not EMP, a lot of members of Loot are former EMP players, and there are 2 members on the Loot team who are EMP affiliates, which means that even if they don't have the EMP name, they still have a lot of the hard-hitting skill of EMP. And EMP is a long and well-established team that wasn't always here to make friends, but definitely showed their dominance by, I believe they have 3 world championships under their belts, maybe 2. It's 2 or 3, I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to make friends when you're shooting your opponents with energy weapons and ballistics.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's see. One Last Bite is currently deployed. Why must you hurt me like this? Captain Cat, though, coming in clutch, giving me the match AP-wise I need. Alright. It seems, though, that Loot is having a bit of a struggle, which is... So, instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the scoreboard from the last match. I'm getting that queued up right now. It's always EMP, it's always 228, Kino, they just don't show up on time. It's always like, when you're doing a cast and you see certain teams and you're like, oh, we are gonna run the full 15 minutes in between each drop. And as much as I love Loot and a lot of the players on that team, those are one of the teams where, Clan Crossfire, they are ready on the dot every second. Like, they have one of the quickest turnaround times I've seen in between drops. And honestly, a lot of respect to them, because that means they came to the match prepared and they ironed out everything the night before, which I can't say I see a lot of teams do.
Yeah, it definitely helps things run smoother. But rules is rules, so they got the 15.
Yep, they got time. They got time. So let's go over the damage board from last round. John McFuzzy in the Madcap Mark II pulling 682 damage, the highest we've seen out of the 2 Clan Crossfire drops tonight.
No big deal.
What is a big deal though? Rathnor the Firestarter pulling 448, and that was a small pulse fire starter, so that was knife fighting only, which is a bit more impressive. Nikoro and the Dire Wolf getting 499. And let's see.
Rathnor was putting in work down in the south and then on stage when there was that big brawl. Yeah. So.
The only CXF death, though, being Steelwater in the Veagle, which, nobody actually killed him. He overheated and sort of burned himself to death.
I mean, Structure is only there for more DPS, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the Warhammer 6D got double structure quirks, which if you ask me is not double health, that's just double the damage you can tank by overheating.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Cybot in the Battlemaster was able to get 433 for DPS. So again, that's the second time that they were kind of outgunned on the trades 2v1. I know that the Direwolf was there as well, but I'm not sure if he had a good angle on the guys in CSJ. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Still waiting on Oops to show up. So, actually, while I'm waiting, I am going to fix these overlays so I can actually show which team is which.
I apologize for any stomping. I'm raising a dragon in the next room. So.
So, still waiting on Oops though. Actually, what time
Oops or Loot? You mean Loot?
Loot. I'm sorry. I know Bowser and Scout Derek. We're seen playing for Oops and Comp Q, but yes, we are waiting for here for the Loot. Is the team that we are currently waiting on. It's a shame I don't have a highlight reel of some of the drops earlier today, as I believe Wild Ones took a drop off of JGX, which is a massive upset. I did not watch that match, but I heard that a lot of people were going a bit wild over that. Wild for Wild Ones, I guess.
Yeah, I missed that one. I saw the first game, and then the second game I had stepped away for, and I came back, and I saw that 228 had taken a drop off him. Can't remember. Was that on Polar, or was that a different map?
I'm not sure. I know Wild Ones did have a proclivity to play on Polar, as I believe they chose that map in their match against Sky Rangers, I believe. Is it Sky Rangers? Yes.
Yes, Sky Rangers.
It is.
And the match on the Canyon was actually pretty competitive as well.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, I have fixed the team overlays here, so we are good to go on that. And let's see. We are technically ahead of schedule, seeing as the match is not scheduled to start yet and for another 25 minutes. But however, loot is showing up. So let's get this rolling. So let's see. First pick of the map ban goes to here for the loot. Which one do you think they're gonna ban first? Just a shot in the dark guess.
Polar.
Do you think they're gonna ban Polar?
It's a guess.
All right. And to be entirely honest, I already forgot what clan Crossfire banned. So who knows?
So did I. I think it was Canyon. I'm probably wrong though.
No, DPS banned Canyon. So I
That's
guess
what
by
means.
logical deduction, they banned Polar. So if Oops
Maybe.
bans Polar, not Oops. I see
Loot.
Scout. I see Scout Derek
Oh,
with the Oops tag.
what do I win? What do I win?
Alrighty.
I would imagine they might ban HPG, CXF. It's my guess.
Yes, they didn't pick HPG last time, so let's see how this goes. I'm guessing Canyon. Yes!
Yeah.
Alright. Gambling. Kids don't gamble, but you know. Here for the loot, I'm betting they're going to pick mining. I really think they're going to pick mining, because mining, once again, is such the well-established map that everybody loves. Except after you're playing Comp Q for like a month, and then you're sick of it because it's the only map you play, then after that.
Hey, look at that.
Alrighty. CXF is going to pick Tourmaline, I'm betting. Seeing as that's what they picked last time. They picked HPG. Well,
Oh, hey.
alright.
Gonna get to see it.
We
Yeah.
are not shaking up the maps, but at least we're shaking up the order. Canyon and Polar just can't get any love. And now let's have, once they pick teams, alrighty. Here for the loot will be Team 2. They're already in the Team 2 spot, so we are good to go.
Think it has anything to do with the recent changes in comfort level?
HPG. Ooh. Polar Highlands, the map rework for that got a lot of positive feedback, and a lot of people tend to like it more over the original. And in any other comp series that had a map ban, it was just immediately banned every time. HPG, I think HPG still plays almost the same in comp. It's very different on how it plays in quick play, but I feel like it's almost the same in comp. Tourmaline, the spawn changes though, that one's rough. I think the Tourmaline spawn change has made Team 1 a way stronger pick than Team 2.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So it looks like we got to switch up loot to top side.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think HBG is. I mean, it's changed as far as the wall access, but the way it's played is still kind of very similar. So
yes, and something that many GNX players have had drilled into their heads is HPG. A lot of the choices up there, going full wall, going full basement. At many times, it can just feel like a coin toss. Of it's hard to predict, but the outcome will be assured that it's not going to be a close match. One team will almost always stomp the other.
yeah, I think it goes to say with there's like 2 guaranteed cap points for each team, and then it's either you're taking a risk on the outside or you're going balls to the walls in the basement.
Alrighty, with this map ban set up and Loot pulling in its 7th pilot, bringing in Bowser. Bowser is one of the heaviest hitters MWO has seen in its history. Not the longest time EMP member, as before that he was on House of Lords. but still a very reputable name to pull up on your team. And let's see who they pull in for the 8th. Many players on Loot have brought up their lack of organization, so I'm not sure if that's showing here and if they're just struggling to get everyone organized. As you know, here for the Loot, as their name shows, they originally formed as a rewards team. They were originally in Comp Q just to secure the top 12 rewards and then see what goes from there. So typically in those teams you do see a bit longer wait times because they have to iron things out, they have to organize more, because they typically don't always have that pre-drop synergy. Meanwhile, Clan Crossfire, since they already played against DPS, they're just armed and ready to go. They don't care. Let's see.
Oh, fair. Fill the air. Let's take a look at that map strat again.
Yep. Just give me one moment. I'm doing tech issues on the side, but yeah, I'll pull up the map strat for you.
Oh, looks like we've got the 8th in.
So yep.
But we still got a little bit of time. So.
Yep.
All right, well, they get locked. Let's switch this back to mining real quick. And again, we already went over this, and it's the same map pool as last time. But there's a couple ways to play this, and there's always a lot of movement going on this map. So again, I'd say split it in half. Talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be, Citadel control, as we saw in the DPS and CXF game, is kind of pivotal. If you get Citadel control, you get a lot of map control, and it kind of forced the other team down in Echo 3. Flats and cakes are essential. I think we'll see probably 1 or 2 traders up here from here for the loot, along with Citadel control, and possibly a Pop-Tart behind here. And then we'll probably see a trader in flats. They'll contest Theta and then kind of play to their strengths, which I believe is their high school traders, and they'll adjust to one side or the other. CXF, I think they're going to try to do the same thing. They know that Citadel control is also key, so I imagine them sending 1 or 2 to contest again from this side, and we'll see if they put anyone in Delta 5 and Delta 6, which are also power trading positions on this map. So,
I will be entirely honest. Tekkadan here has a much more map strategy oriented mind than I do, so the insight he gives is probably going to be better than anything I can give. However, oops. I keep saying oops by Scout
Loot.
Derek's name.
You want me to say loot every time you say oops, just right after?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Loot is locked. So let's see if we can get Clan Crossfire ready to go here. And while that's going, if you can excuse me, I'm going to do some mic troubleshooting while we're waiting, as the stream audience is saying that there have been a bit of mic issues, so I'm just going to do one quick check.
Yeah. No,
my end. Don't worry.
Okay.
Alright, I think I've got the issue for the mic, and it's the desk fan I have going in the background because, living in Florida sucks, and it's hot, and I want to die. So I'm going to go turn off the fan. If you can just give me one moment.
Isn't Florida like hell on earth? It's like so hot.
You know, it's not just the heat; it's the humidity. I've lived in a desert, but it's the humidity too. So if you can give me one moment, I'm just gonna go turn off the fan.
Sure thing. And it looks like we only got waiting on 2 to ready up. So
Alrighty, the fan has been turned off, and I'm going to give myself about 40 minutes before I die of heat stroke. Hopefully the drops will be over by then.
I'm just waiting on one, and there it looks like green board. They haven't locked yet, but
all right, they're locked. We are green and good to go.
take the map Strat down now.
Yeah. You're loading in. Hey, and I've gotten the team overlays fixed. You know, guys, don't reset your computer the night before the stream, because you know all of your settings will be lost.
Yeah, it's a tough thing you're doing, managing all this going on. So,
alrighty, so let me get the loot side checked out. Alright, loot side is bringing a Vulcan, a Timberwolf, a Veagle, a Summoner, a Supernova 1, a Mistlynx, a Madcap Mark II, and a Firestarter. So, it's a very similar deck to what we saw in Clan Crossfire against DPS, where it's more of a mid-range trade team with a bit more focus in the Wolf Pack, as there are 3 fast movers here to help control caps. And what is Clan Crossfire bringing?
So CXF has got a Firestarter, Black Lantern, Veagle, Executioner, Commando, that Hunchback again that looks like it's in the Citadel, the Night Gear, and the Death Strike. And it looks like CXF is taking those 2 power trade positions on the Team 2 side, and we're seeing that Citadel aggression. So let's see how it pans out.
Yep. Both sides are not really committing north or south yet. They are both trying to spread out on the entire front of the map to make it a true east against west fight, but so far Clan Crossfire does have the 3 caps, so if they can hunker down and if they can avoid a lot of negative trading, they can solidify an early lead here. What does Magician have on this Timberwolf here? That's very far in the back for a standard laser vomit build. Oh, it's 3 ER large and 4 ER meds. That would explain why he's so far in the back.
Yep. Looks like EMP is taking those 2 spots on plat. They usually do.
Both sides are seemingly starting to gravitate towards the south, though. Both sides seemingly wanting Citadel control. And Clan Crossfire does have a lot more weight here, though. So long as they can hold off on their trades, then they will be able to secure their lead, or at least continue to secure their lead as they still have the 3 cap.
Looks like the trading looks to be a little bit in EMP's favor as far as the life percentages go.
Mm-hmm. But it seems it's starting to slow down, so the way Clan Crossfire wins with the 3 cap here is either winning trades, or they can hunker down and force Loot to press forward so long as they can hold the 3 cap. And because Loot doesn't have the 3 cap, their true path to victory here is moving forward and starting to gain a lot more momentum in order to push Clan Crossfire back.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look at the health on the Veagle. Took a pretty big shot from McFuzzy and the Hunchback up top on Citadel.
Yeah. Toaster in the Veagle 1 is... Actually, a lot of the damage he's taken is overheat damage. He's burned himself quite a bit.
Well, yeah, you got to get the DPS out, man.
Meanwhile, Pete Zone in the Night Where are you located, Pete? It's already down to 71% in orange, so that means it's 71% in critical spots on the mech.
Yeah, he's up by tabletop.
Yep, he is taking pretty heavy damage on one side. However, because he's in the Night D, I'm willing to assume that's the side with only one of his guns and the other 3 being on the right side.
Yep, and as we draw closer to 400 cap points, I think we're probably going to see Loot make their play here on Theta. So right now, Citadel control does belong to CXF still. So
Scout Derek is getting the cap on Theta. He will be able to make it neutral, but he won't be able to flip it towards Loot as Knives does show up just in the nick of time. And if Scout Derek is pushed back by the Wolfpack and Clan Crossfire gets Theta back. It was only a brief slowdown, but the lead is going back to Crossfire here. Crossfire is really just trying to hunker down now, though. I think they're worried about not winning trades, so instead they are trying to pull the three cap they have to their advantage.
And the Beagle's almost open on the right torso. How is Magician?
Mag in the Timberwolf is not faring well. He has red armor everywhere and an open rear, most likely due to strikes. However, Derek is full on committing.
They're taking Citadel control right now. There's the play.
Yep. And Clan Crossfire's Wolfpack is not where they need to be. Derek's legged. Derek is down, and Cornite in the Lynx is now alone. He needs to get out of there immediately if he wants any chance at trying to keep his mech alive, as a Mistlynx alone cannot get the kill. However,
they did take Citadel control, but they're going to have to drop down to support the Mistlynx. So.
One last bite is getting Theta, but that is a questionable choice, seeing as now the Firestarter is out of the fight, and Loot is already down a mech, so Caps may not decide who wins this. It may just be the winners of this 3-on-3 at Citadel here. Agent Spectre goes down though. In the Executioner is down to Rafnor and John McFuzzy to hold down Citadel. John is bailing. Rafnor, I believe he sees it is a losing fight as he's taking a lot of damage. Goss and Peeps to the face. Not something a Firestarter can handle. Mag though, in his Timberwolf.
Press condition.
Death.
Moving forward. Knives is going for a cap down at Gamma.
Mag overheats and kills himself. It is now 6v6. However, one last bite's going to drop John here in a moment. One last bite drops John McFuzzy. It is now a 4v6. McGoat, though, he is struggling against the Wolfpack. He's doing everything he can to stay alive, but Rathdor gets dropped in the rear from the Supernova. Is now a 3v5. That was a quick turnaround on Oops to steal the lead back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a cap strategy now that they're down on mechs. Knives is headed to a Kappa. Try to flip it. See if they can get it on a cap win.
If Bowser and the Supernova doesn't... Bowser does not see Knives, though. I think a 3-cap... No, I think a 2-cap here wins. If they...
It's going to be close. It might... as long as... Nikoro can deny the Sigma cap that's coming his way, they may have a shot at it. So,
yeah, there's not a light going for Sig though, as Oops is down to the Firestarter and the Mistlynx, and both are coming from Citadel. However, Nikoro needs to stay alive. If he dies to the Supernova here, then this match may be over.
It's going to be a tough.
Bowser is open.
He's open CT as well. So let's see where Knives goes. Depending on how he plays this. Looks like he's staying put and denying Kappa. So
that may not be the wise play, but I think this match is now solidified in Loot's victory. So let's see what Knives decides to do here. Nope, he's gonna fight for the cap. And I believe he's a lot more damage than One Last Bite. Yes, he gets dropped. Andros the Red, I'm very sorry to say that I'm in Florida and my AC is currently broken, so, you know, death. Alright, let's get this scoreboard.
I mean, that was a good match by both teams. It was just that Citadel push around the mid game that really sealed the deal for loot.
So, if we look at the map ban here, the next match will be on HPG with teams swapped. And if we look at the scoreboard here, not very even damages from both sides. Not as high as I expected. I was expecting a bit more of a farm, but it was actually pretty even spreads.
When we do have 3 players from loot over close to 500, actually 4 close to 500 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 on 6. I think the trades were going pretty even. It just came down to that timing push that just kind of really caught CXF from surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it looks like top damage went to the Magician on loot, and top damage went to McFuzzy on CXF. So,
yep. And let's see. Let's pull up the map strat here as well, because this was not the traditional mining strat. As you said before, typically, where the hell's the clear? There it is. Typically, teams will choose north side, south side, but in order to open the fight, it was just both teams trying to present their own wall of each side and slowly walk it ahead towards the center of the map. And during that phase, I believe Clan Crossfire had a very solid advantage.
absolutely, they had Citadel control down here. Again, Loot was playing flats, like we said, and they had I think 2 traders up on cakes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Citadel control that they held for a large part of the early game was really advantageous to keep Theta and just to apply pressure. But yeah, and then they had 2 traders, like I said, in these 2 Delta 5 and Delta 6 areas. Mm-hmm. But yeah, both teams establishing a firing line and trying to take that Citadel positional control that ended up being so crucial for the win for Loot.
Yep. And I think if Crossfire were just able to hold their own for just a little bit longer, they probably would have won on caps. But let's see how round 2 goes.
It was well played by both teams for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really fun to watch.
And I believe well played is what we can expect from these drops, seeing as we are in the top 12, and I believe Loot landed in 3rd or 4th place in the world in Comp Q, and Crossfire got 6th, 7th, or 8th. So we should expect nothing but the best strategies to be played by these 2 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's going to be pretty refined at this stage, especially with all the Comp Q practice that we got
mm-hmm.
the last couple of months. So,
alrighty. So now that we are back in the lobby, can I just say the Loot logo? I don't want to call it a work of art.
I wasn't going to bring it up. I was going to ask, what's behind the scenes here? What is the motivation for this?
But behind the scenes for the logo?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you got the MC here. Definitely here for the Loot. They want the MC from Comp Q. The hat is definitely a less than politically correct jab at Rick Rom here, who, if memory serves, is from Puerto Rico, I believe. Rick Rom was actually no, he is now pulled into this match. So Rick Rom, I guess, is the mascot of Here for the Loot. Another longtime EMP player. Sometimes not as highly regarded as some of the others, but definitely still a very heavy hitter. Though probably not as well known simply because he doesn't interact with a lot of the community as well. He typically keeps to himself and to the EMP crew.
All right, so you're in the digital art field, right?
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rank this logo?
I would be fired if I tried to present that at work. I would probably get fired. If I'm being entirely honest.
Is that because it's so good?
No. As far as team fan made logos and video game art corporate standards go, the requirement is a bit different. Clan Crossfire's art is a bit cliche, but it's very solid. Like, it's very well done.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very professional looking team logo, and I want to say they've had this one for a pretty long time. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
You could see that stamped across mechs as a mercenary unit, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And in the earlier World Cup leagues, if you got far enough, MWO would actually release your team logo as the actual decal to teams. So if you look at a lot of EMP, JGX, Eon mechs, they have the actual team logo as the actual decal on their mechs. And if that was brought back for Worlds 2021, the Clan Crossfire logo is pretty damn cool. I could definitely see them rocking that on mechs. All right, just waiting for Core Knight to ready up, and then we can get going.
Sounds good. So, the question is, how many wall traders do we see from loot, and how many wall traders?
2 from each side. That's
2 from each side.
That's my bet. I'm betting 2 assault mechs from each side. Supernova 1 guaranteed, and then the other one is a Stalker, Highlander 2CA, Madcat Mark II, something like that. But I'm betting two assault mechs from each side. And then I'm hoping for a glorious brawl in the basement.
Glorious. I do know one thing. Whoever has clearer eyes and fuller hearts is going to take the win here.
Oh my goodness. Oh no! My overlay reset itself.
It's okay. We all know who's in here. If you can fix it quick.
I'm gonna have to fix that soon. Kurlon did not give me any of his overlay magic, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. But Clan Crossfire is running a Firestarter, a Mislinks, a Deathstrike, a Vulcan, a Viper, a Black Lantern, an Executioner, and a Direwolf. And what's Here for the Loot bringing?
They have a Supernova 1, no surprise, a Mislinks, a Mad Cat 1, an Incubus 5, which is awesome, Black Lantern, Stalker 5S, who would have guessed, Grasshopper 5P, and a Firestarter 9A.
So, I predicted all the wall traders except for the Direwolf. So I'd say that's a win in my book. And Clan Crossfire is just going hard in the paint, sending 5 mechs into the basement immediately. They want Theta, and they're not going to give it up. To the point that they didn't even send anybody to get Epsilon. But let's see how these wall mechs are looking. You have Bowser in the Supernova 1, and G-Man in the Mad Cat Mark II 1S.
So it looks like they are set up with 4 wall traders right now. which means that pack that went to the basement 6F is kind of got the numbers advantage down there right now.
Yep. Which means, but also means that the wall traders for Clan Crossfire, once they're all ready to engage, they may be incredibly outgunned.
I agree. And Epsilon still is open, so right now it's 2 caps apiece for each team.
Yes, I'm very surprised. This is the second time Clan Crossfire has chosen to fight for the middle cap before they even secure their own back caps. But they are sending knives in the mislinks now in order to take it. Let's see how the base medics are doing here. Oh, they're pushing out.
Yep. There's a push going towards Gamma side. Yep.
Yeah, you have the loot four-man wolf pack running to gank John in the Mad Cat, who may not be aware of it. And then
they're probably telling him to run. Run, John.
Yeah.
Run, they're coming.
I don't think he knows. I think the Direwolf isn't preparing to help assist John or at least get some free damage. So I don't think he knows. But
yeah, I don't think that they're aware yet.
I think the moment they walk through Gamma, though,
and they didn't trigger it, so they don't know yet. Oh my
goodness, John doesn't know what's coming. Oh no! Oh no! Oh
no, John! Not like this, John!
Oh no! Oh no, John! Getting absolutely torn apart. Nicaro in the Direwolf trying to get some free damage, but now the lights are running for him, and he is next. Clan Crossfire's got to do something now, though, if they want a chance. Knives is coming up to help, but what can one poor Mislinks do against a 5-man wolf pack, as now he's getting torn to bits?
Yeah, so they just focused outside, 4 traders on the wall, and ran a right flank to their traders.
Nicaro gets destroyed. Knives jumps off the wall. Might get picked out of the air. He does manage to touch the ground, but he is legged now. Not long for this world. As Toaster is now isolated in the links, and he is getting ran down. However, Clan Crossfire does have a 4-cap now. But I'm not sure it's going to be enough to save them, as they're now down 3 mechs. As Loot is just holding on to the wall for dear life. Cornite does drop in the fire starter.
And Toaster's just doing whatever he can to stay alive up there. Fired his JJs.
Had to immediately jump out. So many UAVs, though. Loot had 5 UAVs on the field at once. Infotech, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. So it looks like some of the traders have dropped down and are pushing into Theta and taking.
Yeah, I think they know that the 3-cap needs to be overturned soon, so that's what they're all going to do now. G-Man and the Mad Cat sweeping the basement, and Clan Crossfire is just not sure what to do here. They are trying to they're trying to reorganize, trying to reset, and the Wolfpack seems to be on the hunt here. What they're hunting for, I'm not sure. BBQ tries to jump up in the Viper, but goes too vertical and fails. One Last Bite is legged up there. He's a leg brawling incubus. Clan Crossfire can't waste the time trying to kill him. They need to move on and try to re-solidify caps, as Loot now has a 5-cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Just staying alive in this scenario is becoming a thorn in their side for One Last Bite and Toaster, who was able to get the Epsilon cap.
Yep, Cornite eventually goes down, but still, though, I'm not sure how much it'll matter, seeing as Loot now has the 4-cap, and they're going to be able to stop the Gamma cap soon, as you have Bowser here in the Supernova, who just decided that, it's a winter, perhaps a Thanksgiving trip to Zimbabwe was the way to go.
And Spectre's about to go down to the Stalker, the Mad Cat, and the Black Lantern.
Yep, he's getting Wolfpack tier as well, though maybe not Wolfpack since the Stalker's there, but either way, just
a dire Wolfpack. It's a big boys. Yeah.
Just clan Crossfire getting split up and getting picked apart piece by piece. G-Man fighting for his life against the Firestarter and the Viper, but it's still not looking too hot for them. And you have Toaster and the Legged Lynx coming to assist, and he does manage to help bring down the Firestarter. G-Man overheats and dies. It is now a 5v3, but with a 4 cap in Loot's favor. I believe Loot has won this. As Lol BBQ goes down in the Viper, and now it's Captain Cat and the Black Lantern going down to McGoat in the Grasshopper, and it's now down to Pete Zone.
Yep, and Toaster's still alive.
Let's see how Pete Zone is doing. The game does not want to let me spectate him, though. That's got me a little sad. I want to spectate Pete.
Yeah, it looks like he's legged and ready.
I want to watch him fight for his life, though. As he's coming up to fight the Supernova head on, though, he is willing to go into his final hour with a full heart and absolute bravery, as he is brought down by Scout Derek in the Blanner. Nope, he got dropped by the Supernova. My bad. Well, and that's all she wrote, folks. Clan Crossfire getting a 2-0 against DPS, and then Loot getting a 2-0 against Clan Crossfire. Let's pull up these stats before we call it here. A lot shorter of a cast than I was expecting, though. I think we were originally slotted to go on for another hour.
Yeah, we were, but the games went really quick, 2 2-0s in a row, and
yep. Let's see how this damage board looks. Scout Derek getting top damage in the Black Lantern, 638, and then Bowser getting second place in the Supernova. Man, the damages in Clan Crossfire are just not what you want to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of responding situations, which, when you're responding, it's hard to take map control back. So
yeah, John McFuzzy only getting 158 damage. He got good damage for how long he was alive, but just getting the Wolfpack gank, that's just not how you want your assault megs to go out. And then the Dire Wolf was shortly after lost.
Yeah, just that push on the right flank there, surprising. The Mad Cat, and then moving on toward the Dire Wolf just kind of gimped their trading potential and put them on the back foot. And it was just a hard thing to overcome. They did have a 4 cap early on, but eventually Luke came down off the walls and made that final push.
Yep. So before we call it here, though, I'm going to pull up the bracket for this game.
Yay!
So we can see what the upcoming slotted drops are. So next week we are seeing first Jaguar Guards against GNX, and we are going to see Here for the Loot against, Here for the Loot is going against 5th Jaguar Dragoons, formerly known as Black Omen, formerly known as JGXB Team, formerly known as, they've changed teams too many times for any of us to know. And then the losers bracket, we have I Hate My Team, other known as Kino, against 1st Italian Guards. 228th Wild Ones against DPS, KDCM, Trans Rights against RJF or Russian Clan Jade Falcon, and Clan Crossfire against Sky Ranger Jaegers. That's what the J was.
Do you know who's playing first next week?
I do not. The formal schedule has not been announced yet. It's going to be on the team leaders in order to reach out and start coordinating with Live and Krasnopesky in order to determine what times work best. However, it is a safe assumption that that all the matches will be occurring on the Saturday of next weekend, or it could reach into Sunday overnight, depending on what time zone you are. I believe it's 10 a.m. for most of the Aussie players right now, who is a lot of Clan Crossfire. So, it'll be next weekend. But yeah, I believe that's where tonight ends. Thank you everybody for showing up who watched. Thank you to Tekadin who came out to support the league by joining into cast. This was actually his first cast, so show him some love, and hopefully we can see him again at some point.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me cast with you, Tios. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you in games next week.